All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's up?
Lots of good stuff, dude. So you got to hunt the good stuff. So I went hunting because it's been a pretty dismal, depressing societal trend for the last 2 weeks. So I'm kind of over it. So went hunting and found some good stuff. So
What does that mean? What do you mean you went hunting? Like actual hunting or figuratively speaking?
no, I wish I actually hunted, but I didn't, figuratively speaking. So did some more landscaping at the house, worked on some more projects, ripped up my entire backyard, removed 6 stumps. They were not light. Then rototilled everything. And then at the same time, I ripped all the trim out of my basement, painted the walls, ripped up all the carpeting and threw it out. Ripped down patio walls outside, again, in the backyard, bouncing all over the place. I have 6 projects happening at once.
So your patio is not enclosed anymore?
No.
Really?
Yeah, not on one side. So, it's a pretty good time.
That's pretty sick.
Sam is sick. He has an upset stomach.
Oh, no.
No clue what it's from, but he's been enjoying the run. We'll leave it at that. I feel so bad for him, dude. So he's having pumpkin, white rice, and chicken until this whole thing's over with.
Are you the type of person that takes him to the vet as soon as something happens, or do you let him wait it out for a second?
I wait it out. Internally, I want to take him to the vet,
Yeah.
but I don't because I know that he'll probably be okay. Unless it's something I've never seen before where he's foaming at the mouth or something, then I'll take him to an emergency visit. But otherwise, no, he's a good boy. Mm-hmm. He's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you take him to the vet and they start giving him all this medication that has all these side effects, you're better off at least seeing if it'll pass within a couple days. And then if it just keeps getting worse, then yeah, take him. But right off the bat, just let him see if he can fight it out.
Exactly.
That's what their immune system's for.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a fighter. Yeah. So we have a lot to talk about, which I'm really excited about.
Since we just recorded yesterday.
Literally. So. But that's what happens, man. You just got to find things to discuss.
Oh, yeah?
We just got to grind through it.
Oh, yeah?
So for today's episode, we're enjoying Devil's River Small Batch Bourbon, which I'm stoked about.
You want to put it up to the camera? Show
and then
everybody what we're working with here?
We also have...
Nailed it.
the shirt that I'm wearing.
Open Arms. Oktoberfest 2019.
Open Arms. It was an event that I worked. So we can officially state, since we got feedback and the response, that Open Arms Rescue is going to be receiving portion of all proceeds from the second batch of t-shirt sales, which is exciting. So for those of you that are not familiar, they are a nonprofit, volunteer-based organization that is out of Akron that helps find dogs homes that are about to be euthanized and save their lives through foster care. So we are going to have them on for a special interview and then donate to their cause. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
That interview is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
so
it's really cool.
They were very appreciative, of course. Nobody gets paid. It's literally just nonprofit, volunteer based. It's just people in good nature trying to help dogs. You and I both have dogs. Yep. We both love our dogs. So I think it's fitting. So this is from an event that I semi-worked where they actually had an event at a venue that I was working for. So because of that, I got a t-shirt at the end of it.
Nice.
And it's a super nice t-shirt.
Yeah, it looks really comfortable.
Really soft.
Do they only work with dogs? I mean, we can talk more when we talk with them, but are they only dogs or do they do all animals?
I'm familiar with dogs, but that's also the only thing I've ever talked to them about.
Sure.
So, I don't know. That's something we can ask them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, so everybody knows, for our first batch of t-shirts, it went to Western New York Heroes, which was a hit, but we wanted to keep this going with a different charity every time, or organization every time, so there it is. And there's our first beep. Let's go.
Let's go.
Right off the bat, ridiculously smooth. I didn't think it was going to be this smooth. And very sweet.
Never had this in my life.
Yeah, me either.
And I'm not allowing you to drink anything out of this bottle ever. This is mine. I'm stealing it. So, just kidding. We'll split it, obviously, because we split everything. except for peat moss, mold moss, whatever comes off of a tree campfire.
Yeah, so this is right off the bat. It's very smooth. What is the percentage?
This is 90 proof.
90 proof. It is. You can smell that it is a little hot, but it's complemented by super sweet, like a brown sugar or vanilla. This is good. As everybody knows who's been following us, we'll do our whiskey review a little bit later, but you want to go into a little bit of the specifics behind the river that was once for the devil?
This is amazing. This is really good. Mm-hmm. And I agree with everything you said, by the way. And yes, we can dive in. So, I am starting to fall in love with doing research on companies.
Good.
I'm like obsessed with it. So, first and foremost, Devil's River is an actual thing. Mm-hmm. So, they started in Dallas, Texas in about 2017. So, they're relatively new. They are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for those interested and want to find them. Their quick history is their co-founder and president, Mike Cameron, is a self-taught distiller who understands the importance of water when making a good-tasting whiskey. Mike also uses the proofing process to ensure the whiskey has the right alcohol-to-water ratio. Devil's River also ensures protection of the environment they utilize, keeping conservation at the forefront of their mind, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So, by the end of 2019, they wanted to have their product in 30 states. Currently, they're in 25. So they're doing really good for an extremely aggressive scheme.
They started in 2017 and they wanted 30 by the end of 2019. So 2 years, it's pretty aggressive.
So we can get into tasting notes and the such. But furthermore, their bourbon's made from the purest fresh limestone filtered water from Devil's River. Then chill filtration occurs to guarantee a sweet and sinfully smooth finish, which you can definitely pick up. Mm-hmm. So
don't get into the tasting notes now. Nope. Get into them after, like when we do the whiskey ratings. I want to see if we can guess them before.
Oh yeah. So this 90 proof launched in 2017, followed by two expressions, which was a 90 proof rye and a 117 proof barrel strength. Over the years, Devil River won 22 medals, 9 of which were gold, 1 double gold, and the rye won Rye of the Year. So John Potts is the Executive VP of Sales and Marketing. He has a strong track record of building national sales teams. He was one of the OGs with Deep Eddy Vodka and was instrumental in leading the brand from launch to eventual sale with Heaven Hill. Before that, he was at Republic National Distributing Company. I always add in a syllable for no reason. Their Senior VP of Marketing, Eric Hunolt, was with Angel's Envy, Bacardi, Cabo Wabo Tequila.
Really?
Yeah.
So they gathered everybody for this.
Their sales team is divided into 5 regions. They have Texas, Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, and West. And then the San Antonio distillery is being worked on as well as of February 2019. So they already have a secondary location for distilling.
Where's their first location?
Dallas, Texas. So they have a lot going on.
Yeah.
But so far, this is super smooth, and the color of it's incredible.
Yeah. It's very light, too. Like, this isn't something that lingers too much. I don't feel, at least. It kind of goes, like, you know that you're tasting bourbon, but it's not a heavy bourbon that you can't destroy. Like, this is what we would call a smash bourbon. Like, you can just destroy it in one sitting.
This is the smoothest we've had on our show.
And then wake up in 4 days.
Yeah. And then want more after your 4-day bender. At least I would.
Yeah. This is very smooth.
I like this a lot.
Proof, very good.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we will talk more about the review later. Do you have anything else to add on that? No?
No.
Cool.
No, that's what I got so far. However, we do have to mention that one of their employees is going to be on our show, and then she is going to continue discussing Devil's River in depth. So I'm excited for that special interview that's coming up relatively soon.
As soon as this whole thing passes.
Yes. Once everyone feels comfortable and happy inside.
Oh, yeah. So what else happened? You tore up everything in your house.
Tore up everything in my house, and then realized that
You made a necessary purchase.
I did make a necessary purchase with the dehumidifier in my basement. So a dehumidifier is very important when it comes to basements.
I do not have one.
Yeah. So airflow in general prevents the growth of mold, right? Mm-hmm. So with a dehumidifier, if a home has central air, eliminating humidity inside of the home will actually allow your air conditioner to run more efficiently. So with that, when you eliminate a lot of moisture, which you'd be surprised what's inside of your basement moisture-wise, when you eliminate that, your whole house can smell fresher. When you walk into a basement, you won't get like a musky scent to it, especially if you have furniture or carpets in the basement. So before I get too deep into actually finishing the basement, then I wanted to ensure that I have a dehumidifier running because it just makes it way more comfortable.
Are they still super bulky and you have to plug it in and then empty it every once in a while?
No, they have hose hookups, so you can hook a hose up and then run it right to your sump pump.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And then they're 115 volts, so they just plug right into the wall. It's a 3-pronger. Just send it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
So they are designed per pint. So I got a 45 pint dehumidifier, which is good for about 1,500 square feet.
Oh, I was going to say, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. So I wanted to derate my dehumidifier, meaning I oversize my dehumidifier for the space that it's intended to be used in.
Sure.
So
sense.
Same thing with filters at work.
So does it help upstairs at all or no?
Yeah,
like,
it'll help.
Just pull it all down the stairs too, like a demon pulling you down the stairs.
Yeah, it'll just straight up suck everything in, like Ghostbusters. It'll help in the sense of just making everything more efficient in the house, and then since it'll eliminate the musk downstairs, the whole house will eventually smell better once you get enough air changes and enough moisture pulled out. Yeah, it's the way to go.
Well, that's fun.
Such an easy purchase, dude.
Such a dad move.
Such a dad move. I gotta stop drinking this because I'm gonna be bombed by the end of the episode, so I'm gonna switch to water.
It's funny, like, how grown up you get once you get a house and you start buying all this stuff for it. And then you start communicating with all the other dads in the neighborhood. Like, hey, barbecue this weekend, huh?
That's
Got
it.
my New Balance. So we put in a berm in the front, which has destroyed my entire life. I am so sore from it. I did not think that I would be this sore. But anyway, so people would be, like, driving down the street. And they would stick their head out the window like, oh, looks good. Couldn't have chose a hotter day. I'm like, aha, gotcha. Nice. Good dad joke. Yeah, I know, but I'm doing it today. So there's that. But I love being an adult now.
It's addicting.
Right?
It's addicting.
You just want to buy everything. I have a shopping cart online at Home Depot with like $5,000 worth of stuff in there.
Why? What
stuff that I want to buy eventually.
Like what, though?
Saws, power tools, humidifiers. Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrows are stupid expensive.
How much is a wheelbarrow?
Like $200.
Come on,
dude. I can make a wheelbarrow myself.
I mean,
I can't because it would break. But yeah, they're like some of them. I mean, you can get probably a super cheap one for $70 or something. But
yeah, from Wuhan.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Get the Wuhan version, bro. Oh, that's what you need.
It's how it's transmitted here in the first place. But yeah, so like you can get a cheap one, but I borrowed my dad's and the wheels keeps deflating after like 24 hours.
Yeah.
But to buy a new wheel for a wheelbarrow is like the same price of just buying a new wheelbarrow. Right. I don't know why this stuff's so expensive. It's 2 pieces of wood in a steel tub. Like, why is it expensive?
The steel.
True.
The steel was outsourced, that's why. Talk about it. Who knows, man? It's probably just a markup of like 80% GP, and they're just raking in money.
Yeah. Day after when they're only letting 4 people inside Home Depot at once.
Seriously.
Line outside. Going
people are
starting
to forget masks. They're just not abiding by it anymore. They're like, this is ridiculous. I'm over it. It's like, well, someone's probably going to say something to you, and then more times than not they do, and then they just kind of stand there like, well, I don't have one. Then they just walk away. Yeah. It's like, what are you going to do? Citizens arrest somebody because they don't have a mask on?
It's interesting to see how this like. So we're recording. What's today's date? The 9th, 8th, 8th. So we're recording this on the 8th, but it's going to be interesting. Like next week, once 2 weeks after protests hit, how many new cases?
They probably won't even talk about it. They're on so it's 100 days from the start today. Today's the 100th day in New York. New York City's just beginning phase 1 today.
Jesus.
So with the protests and the mass amount of people that were outside, I doubt they're... Here's the thing about New Yorkers. You can't give them a green light and then immediately take it away 2 weeks after and just be like, here's this thing. We got to talk about the thing that we talked about before the thing, and it's back. And they're going to be like, that's not happening. I got to go get my bag of egg and cheese, which is one word, because that's their life now. Like, you can't take it back. They're just going to start revolting. That's how New Yorkers are. And good, give them hell.
The study came back and for all the antibody tests that happened in New York, and the antibodies, I'm pretty sure were like about 1% of people had them.
Yeah.
Of everybody that got tested, so it's a non-issue now.
It's what always happens. There was the same thing with Ebola. Ebola was hot for like a week, and then nobody ever talked about it until like 3 days ago when some random cases spiked in the Congo, and people started talking about it again.
But, really?
Oh yeah, that was recent.
Perfect.
Yeah, but then everybody...
We're shut down for another 4 months.
Yes.
Until they figure this out.
Right.
Do you think that they too proactively shut down events in New York or no? Like the fair. The fair is not happening until what? August? They shut it down. It's an open area. Like, I mean, it's not really... The fair doesn't get that crowded anymore where it wouldn't be impossible to socially distance.
It would just be extremely frustrating from a logistics standpoint to... A, enforce it, and then B, it's just, how do you plan for that?
Right.
There's like 1 million people walking around Hamburg. That's how Hamburg's sales tax, that's where their sales comes from. Like, the sales tax revenue in Hamburg specifically is, that runs town for months, man. Yeah. But, because people come from everywhere. So all the businesses around the fairgrounds are booming during Fair Week.
Just to get a fried butter bowl.
Seriously. Or some fried Oreo pickle concoction that people sit there and guzzle. So
what are your
gross.
opinion on pickles? And don't tell me they're necessary.
All right, here's my opinion on pickles. I'll eat a pickle, right? But I'm not going to go out of my way to go to the store and buy them. And I'm 1,000% not one of the people that open a jar of pickles, smell it, and then cap it and not eat a pickle at all. Because they just enjoy the smell of pickles, but don't like to eat pickles.
Does that exist?
Yeah.
Never heard of those people in my life. Who do you hang out with?
Apparently, somebody who likes that.
All right. Do you like the dill or the sweet pickles?
I like both, but if I had to pick, I'd say dill. Yeah. I like the crunch.
Sometimes they put hot sauce or something on them. So like the spicy pickles, those are the bomb, dude. But I don't like cucumbers. I cannot stand cucumbers.
That makes literally zero sense. Also, they have hot dogs where the bun is a pickle.
Yeah.
Not for me. You can enjoy that. You're missing a screw, man.
Pickles
I'm not
are
going to eat
just
that.
Pickled cucumbers, right?
Correct.
Is that true?
Cucumbers are yes. Pickles are pickled cucumbers. You said it right.
I don't know why. I just like the pickling process, I guess.
Jesus.
What is this podcast coming to? I don't know. I just like the pickling process. Because I like pickled onions. I mean, I like regular onions too, but I can't stand cucumbers. If somebody has some cucumbers in their salad at like 4 cubes over from me at work, I can't do it. The smell is too overpowering for me.
The smell? They don't smell like anything.
They smell like cucumbers. I can't do them.
I love cucumbers.
They overpower every single food.
I prefer cucumbers over pickles.
Really? Mm-hmm. I prefer pickles over cucumbers. Do you like pickled onions and like pickles? Pickled? When we were at the Christmas Spirits, we were at the Christmas Spirits event. There was this woman there at the table selling like flavored pickles. So they're like pickled flavored pickles, but with like blueberry pie pickles.
Not
for you.
No. Eat the thing like it's supposed to be. Don't make these random concoctions. Don't mate different fruits and veggies to make your own flavor.
There's like a cocktail recipe or something with Jameson.
Don't ruin Jameson for me. Don't do this.
Where you do a shot of Jameson and a shot of pickle juice.
Thank God there was a beep.
I got pickles in there if you want to try it.
How do you think about bagged pickles?
Same thing I feel about bagged milk. Shouldn't happen.
Yeah, freaking Canadians.
Pickle in a bag. Is that who does it?
They're the ones that put milk in bags.
Oh, what are you talking about? The pickles in bags?
No, hashtag not a sponsor, but the Blasios, the Salios What
say
sub place?
Blasio here.
What sub place is that? How do you not know this?
I know, really.
The king of takeout.
Quabity Ashwins. What the hell, man? Come on.
DeBella's.
DeBella's. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
So
How did I forget? I'm so ashamed.
So DeBella's subs, you can choose to get a bagged pickle as your side. It's a giant dill bagged pickle.
Not
And then
for
you
me.
just
No, I'm
pop
good.
it.
I can't do that. Like, it has to be sliced.
Oh, it's got to be sliced. You can't do a whole pickle?
No.
You can't just gnaw on it?
Because then that makes me think it's a cucumber.
God. Fair.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Speaking of that, dude, I got a veggie tray at home left over from that party.
Mm-hmm.
I love veggie trays because no one eats them. No one eats them at parties except like 2 people.
Yeah, I love Veggie Trays.
And then
If
I
you-
crush them when everyone leaves.
If you give me like a sliced pepper, like red pepper, orange pepper, green pepper, and some ranch or some sort of dip, that'll be gone.
How do you
All
feel
those
about hummus?
peppers. Love hummus.
So I can crush hummus, but I hate chickpeas.
That makes even less sense than me liking pickles.
I just hate chickpeas. Like when they're in their form and in a
Garbanzo beans.
the what?
Garbanzo beans.
They're the same
Called.
thing, right?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah, but they're chickpeas, right?
Yeah, but they're garbanzo beans. Yeah.
Well, whatever the hell. Those, get them out. Gone. Evict out of my food. You know, but when you mush them,
Why? Why don't you like that?
I just don't like them. You can buy those in noodle form,
The texture?
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what, and it's pretty odd because I'm not really picky when it comes to food.
What's your favorite type of hummus? Flavor of hummus?
Pizza. No, I'm just kidding.
Pizza, nice.
Roasted red pepper is like a go-to. Garlic pine nut isn't bad. They had chocolate hummus for a while at Wegmans before everyone freaked out and bought toilet paper and chocolate hummus because I can't find it anywhere. And then,
We have some upstairs.
of course you do.
Yeah. It says chocolate on it. I'm getting it.
True. Dude, they have chocolate Greek yogurt Wegman
I
style.
know.
So good.
I know. But from hummus, they have this new one. I don't know if it's new. We just found it the other day. But it's caramelized onion hummus. It's to die for.
Really?
If you like hummus, go grab it. Do you like caramelized onions?
Yeah.
Or are you one of those?
One of those. What do you mean, you people?
Jesus. What happened with that one video? I saw you posted on one of the shirt
On Nick's
pictures.
link?
Yeah. What happened with it? Why can't
So-
people see it?
Yeah.
Tell the people.
Yeah, tell the people. People listen. So, are the people listening? People listening. All 4 of you.
We zoom in the camera.
So,
No, we might not have video.
YouTube randomly restricted the viewing for some odd reason. It's like an automatic setting. So if you click on our link and then it pulls it up and says you have to disable restricted view, it might, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because we swear or if it's because we say something that goes against YouTube.
I think it's whiskey
Might be the whiskey.
or us drinking.
Yeah. So basically, you have to click the 3 dots in the top right side of the link, and then it'll pull up the settings option, click settings, go to account, and then under account, turn off restricted view. And then from that point, you can close it, click it again, reopen it, and then it'll pull up like a different page for Safari. And then again, top right, open in YouTube, and then you can view it. It's super frustrating.
It has to be because we're drinking while we're doing it.
Well, cheers, YouTube.
Yeah, cheers.
Because we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we have such little subscribers, because nobody can view our shit.
Well, maybe if you subscribed, you can bypass the restricted view. Thinking.
Tell them about it.
So subscribe to us, and that might be able to circumvent the entire restricted view, click settings, go through account, all that nonsense.
And also, we don't talk about this enough. We're also on every podcast platform. So if you don't, like with YouTube, and you don't want to pay for YouTube TV or whatever it is, YouTube Red, and you want to like put your phone in your pocket and just listen to us, then go to one of the podcast platforms. We're on literally basically every single one of them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, some weird stuff that I've never even heard of, like Radio Brick or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just some random podcast platforms. So if you do find us on those and you listen to us, give us a follow on those.
iTunes too, right?
Yeah, iTunes. Yep. You can leave a review too if you wanted to. But yeah, we're on all that stuff too. So you don't have to watch us on YouTube. It's just YouTube helps too. So wherever you guys listen to us, give us a follow.
Boom.
Boom. Nailed it. All right, we're out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So
Let's do cocktail section because I'm actually really stoked for my cocktail.
Oh, God, why?
Well,
How many people are you going to offend?
none?
All right, perfect. Don't act like that's a weird question.
Yeah, I know. Offended people on the daily. All right, drop the beat for the cocktail section. Cocktails.
That was a quick one.
That's what she said.
Got right to the point. And we wonder why YouTube restricts our
My cocktail is the Campfire Old-Fashioned.
Oh, phew, it's not the same one I picked. We're good.
It's 1.5 ounces of Devil's River bourbon whiskey, 2 dashes of bitters, 2 teaspoons of simple syrup, not tablespoons, teaspoons. Garnish with a flaming marshmallow. Here's how you make it. You add bitters and simple syrup into a glass and stir. You pour in the bourbon and garnish with a flaming marshmallow. Boom. Add an ice cube if you want to be weird.
Weird.
Flaming marshmallow, dude. Wait till you see the photo.
I love how we started this by saying, you won't drink any of my campfire stuff, meaning scotch. And you're like, this is the campfire cocktail.
Listen, it's a flaming marshmallow.
All right, mine is the mint strawberry whiskey smash. The ingredients are 3 strawberries, hulled, 8 fresh mint leaves, 1/2 of a lemon, 2 ounces of Devil's River bourbon whiskey, 1 ounce of simple syrup, crushed ice, and you top that off with some ginger ale, and you garnish with a strawberry or a mint. I'm going to do and a mint. So it's strawberry and or mint. I'll fix that in post. All right, instructions. You place the strawberry and mint into a cocktail shaker using a muddler or the back of a wooden spoon. Thoroughly mash the 2 ingredients. Then add the lemon juice, whiskey, and simple syrup. Seal the lid onto a cocktail shaker and shake vigorously. Emphasis on the vigorously. Place sugar on a small plate. Line the rim of the glass with the lemon ledge and then dip into the sugar to coat the rim of the glass. Mike, we're getting technical here. Do that all. And then after you're done with all that, fill the glass halfway with crushed ice. Then pour the strawberry mixture over it. Top it off with ginger ale, Sprite, or soda, and garnish with a strawberry and or mint. There you go, man. That's the mint strawberry whiskey smash. Take it or leave it.
That's not going to fit on any graphic that you put up.
I'm taking it. Nah, we don't put the instructions on there. They just have to listen to my beautiful voice say it again. His radio voice.
Goodness. Oh, goodness.
I'm still being told over and over again, you should get into radio. It's like, all right, relax. I'm basically famous on this podcast, so give us a listen.
Yeah, just tell them to listen to the pod.
I do.
Support the boys.
And then they don't subscribe, so.
Rude.
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 Oh, man. All right.
Easy with the shoulder, dude.
I know.
We have to build more shelves. We got to figure out how we're going to build more shelves with all this stuff.
We'll figure it out.
Well, you got to start bringing over some of the bottles that you finished because you keep forgetting. We still don't have grist and Saul here.
True.
Still at home.
So of all the bottles that I drank, you can only name one?
Yeah. What else do you have at home? You got to bring the bullet over. Bullet will be an episode coming up.
Yeah.
Did you destroy it already?
No.
Good.
There's Crown at my house now.
Is there anything from our podcast at your house?
There's one, I think just Grayson saw. Nice. There's 1 Foot Cock gold label. There's 1792 full proof still. That's a delicacy. I'm going to have that for a while. There's a bunch of stuff, man.
Dude, this is so good.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I also have Cask and Crew Walnut Toffee because Colleen does not stop drinking it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like a must-have in my house at all times for Colleen.
Have you finished all your coffee yet?
No. I'm getting low on my French vanilla, though. I'm slamming my French vanilla.
Did you get that from Premium?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Of course.
Those are the 2 that you got, French vanilla and the chocolate?
Yeah.
Nice.
Chocolate hazelnut cinnamon.
They have a secret menu. Should we tell them about the secret menu?
Yeah, on their next interview.
Okay.
Boom. Nailed it.
Nailed it. When are we going to interview them? We got to interview more coffee places because I need more coffee in my life.
Premium literally has everything you need.
Not value, premium. Value does not have everything you need.
Correct.
They have garden stuff. If you're into that, then go for it.
Goodness. All right, what do you think of this mash bill?
What do I think it is?
Yeah. What do you think the main percentage is?
Corn, easy.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy.
It's not even close to. It's 75% corn.
Well, it's bourbon, so it has to be corn.
Yeah, but 75%?
But it's sweet.
Very
That's
sweet.
where you're getting a lot of the sweetness from.
It's 21% rye.
Are we jumping right into the whiskey review?
I don't know what we're doing, man. We're just talking.
We're just going for it.
21% rye, 4% barley. 90 proof.
21% rye?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is so good.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to talk with Rachel and see if she knows about like the barrels that they use and what type of char they use too.
I'm assuming 4.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what she says. You ready? I'm going to pull it up. Mm-hmm. More info from Rachel.
There you go. This is... So you can taste that the corn is obviously the predominant flavor because it is whiskey or bourbon. And with that little bit of rye as being the next huge flavor, I'm not getting a ton of... Like, the majority of corn is overruling all of the rye to me. Are you getting the same thing?
Yeah.
So it's not like... Traditionally with rye, you associate with more of a deeper, peppery flavor. But this is so smooth from the corn that it doesn't give you the, like, overwhelming rye flavor. Or at least that's how I feel it is.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It lingers, like, perfectly.
Yeah.
So she says that charred barrel at about a 4. Nailed it. Aged for about 2.5 years right now. And they do all of the distilling and so they do all of their own distilling, which we knew. And then the Ricker House is used to age the barrels, and they age it in San Antonio, which, remember the climate in San Antonio. So it gets hot.
No buffalo.
So it's going to be way different tasting in Texas than it is in Kentucky, which we can definitely notice. Mm-hmm. Definitely notice.
This is something that I would associate with more of a summertime, springtime whiskey.
Right now, man.
Yep.
This is prime season for it. It's like 75 to 80 degrees. You just did some yard work. You're looking at your lines on your front porch in your rocking chair with Old Glory right in front of your face, whipping.
Because this isn't a heavy whiskey at all.
No, it's super light.
It's not very oily either. Where's our dapper?
Right here.
Let's put some in there because I'm almost already done. It's not very oily for me.
Well, hold on. I mean, we got to rate it. We got to go through the rating scheme before we put the drops in. The drops will change it.
All
right, dude.
Do you want to get to rating this thing?
Yeah, let's get to rating this thing.
Just because that's how we start all of these clips. All right, so Devil's River, bourbon whiskey, small batch, Texas bourbon whiskey. Label and branding. I'm a sucker for bottles, first of all.
I like this bottle. It's got that indent in the back, too.
I like the bottle. It's got the indent. It's a cool shape. Second of all, the label not only says Devil's River, obviously, but it has a picture of the actual Devil's River, which is pretty sweet. I like that.
And Devil's River was founded in 1840, so they put 1840 on it. On the label.
What do you mean it was founded in 1840?
Well, that's when it was like a thing.
Like the river
was
founded?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just wanted to clarify for our listeners.
So it's 45 ABV, 90 proof. Mm-hmm. So 1840 was post Lewis and Clark, wasn't it?
If you think I retained any of that information, you're wrong.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Dialing it back to the premium coffee episode.
That's right.
So I like this bottle. I like that it's unique. I really enjoy bottles of different sizes and something that makes it unique to that brand. And we have not seen anything during this podcast that has the same bottle as that. So I'm going to give it one of the higher ratings, an A++.
A++. I agree. Cheers. Also, this 1840 is post Lewis and Clark.
That was going to keep me up at night if you did not look that up.
Well, it would have kept me up, so. Keep you tuned. A++. Nose.
I'm all out. So can you give me that? Oh my god. Dude, this is good.
Over
it's
there
smooth.
crushing it.
Yeah. It's smooth and it's very delicious. We use that term a lot, delicious, because whiskey is delicious in general. But this...
So not only does that exist...
So now you're forcing everybody to eat it. You can taste the purity of this water that's in this whiskey.
You are going to be hammered.
That's fine. All I got to do is edit the rest of the night, so... What do you want more too?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I got to go home and continue my reno.
All right. So this is what it says on the side of the bottle. Exceptionally pure water. That's what makes Devil's River Bourbon Whiskey the smooth, decorated small batch bourbon whiskey you enjoy today. Legendary Texas Ranger John Coffee Hayes named his powerful waterway the Devil's River in 1840. And from his ingenuity, our namesake was born. The naturally filtered limestone spring water is considered the purest water in Texas. The iron-free, which is what I think I'm tasting, because water here is full of iron, pumping iron. The iron-free sweet spring water is ideal for crafting an unrivaled Texas bourbon whiskey. Its purity unmasks all the delightful nuances we work tirelessly to emphasize in every sip. Here's to living a life that's never short of extraordinary. Devil's River Bourbon Whiskey. I love that, first of all. So, okay. So we already rated the label branding. So what about nose? You're getting the high corn right in the nose.
Yeah, and then just like a hint of vanilla.
You can tell.
Some caramel.
Yeah, you can tell just by the nose that this is more corn than normal. Interesting. It's so sweet. Yeah, a little corn, or most corn, little vanilla, and like a little butterscotch a little bit.
Yeah.
It's very, very sweet. What would you give it for the nose? A plus?
Yeah. Yeah. This is not even close to a B.
Yeah, no. Obvi, that's why it's an A plus.
Initial
Right.
taste.
You get that extreme sweetness of the corn up front.
You get an oak?
More on the back end. The initial taste for me is just all sweet corn and butterscotch again. The smell is exactly how it tastes. Sometimes you get some whiskey that it's completely different. But for me, this initial taste is exactly how I would think it is after smelling it.
I'm getting caramel up front and oak on the back end. And I already have my ending notes. Ending notes are like dialed in.
Yeah, I'm getting corn up front, initial taste. And that meanders its way down your tongue with a butterscotch. And like a butterscotch caramel. I don't know, I'm trying to find more excuses to keep drinking it.
Initial taste rating. A++.
A plus.
3 pluses, I'm
3
down.
pluses.
I agree.
I agree.
Ending note, I'm getting oak and pepper, and it overpowers everything else, and it's the perfect blend to let you know, like, hey,
This is still rye.
this is still a 90 proof bourbon. I want you to enjoy this. It's for gentlemen, but here you go. This is what you're supposed to get and what you're used to from a Kentucky bourbon.
That's the rye coming out at the end. This doesn't. It's a very high hug.
So smooth, dude.
It hugs right in the right
At the top of your
beginning.
throat. Yeah.
And then as it's going down, it just leaves that taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
And then it just goes down so smooth. Can you pass me the dropper, dude? See if this thing evolves, because I don't think that there's any oil in here.
Ending note rating. A, 3 pluses.
I'm like trying to unconsciously dial back the rating, because I know that from having it in the past, the rye is my favorite Devil's River product, because I've had that one before, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to make that one higher than this one. It's just so good.
You had the riot, the whiskey riot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all this was watered down. There's no oil in here.
No.
Which we guessed because it's not lingering on your tongue. It doesn't stay in your mouth very long.
No.
It's a smooth pass through, but it's a delicious pass through. Yeah. Which is again why I'm emphasizing that this is a smash whiskey where you can destroy it and you're gonna wake up 4 days later because you're not gonna know that you've been drinking whiskey because you don't feel that like gross whiskey feeling if you don't like whiskey, where it just sticks in the back of your throat and it has that lingering feeling. This doesn't have any of that. This goes right down like water. I don't know what happened, but this goes down like water.
This is ridiculously smooth. Dude, this is
tough. How much was this?
$30.
30. Jesus.
If I remember
we should
correctly,
have a price
yeah.
category too for this, because there's some whiskeys that are amazing, but I wouldn't get them because of the price. Like an everyday drinker. This is an everyday drinker that has the price of an everyday drinker and has the taste of an extraordinarily expensive whiskey.
This is competing with Hartman's bourbon.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. We said last time when we were here with one of the other whiskeys that we reviewed for 1790 or Elijah Craig, we said,
yeah,
everybody should have a bottle of Elijah Craig. I'm cutting that right now. I'm gonna have a bottle of this before I have Elijah Craig.
Agreed.
This is something that's even cheaper than Elijah Craig. You can destroy it, and it has such a good taste to it. This is a home run. Good job. All right, ending or final. Did we give an ending note? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Final rating now. Ready?
Yeah, give me the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
96.
Look at that, dude.
2 days
times
in a row.
What's going on here? You and I are on the same wavelength.
This is super good.
So, full disclosure, I'm normally not one of consistent taste throughout. I like the whiskey to evolve a little bit.
Yeah.
This, with the nose and the initial taste, I was scared that it was going to have a consistent taste throughout. But as it stays on your tongue and as you keep drinking it, the ending note evolves to bring out the rye, which I think they did a good job incorporating not only the 75% corn or whatever it was, but also the high percentage rye, which makes it evolve in your mouth, which is what makes me so turned on to this whiskey, because it evolves. I was scared at first that I wasn't going to like it.
It's amazing.
This is very good. I'm very happy with this. I cannot wait to review their other stuff because we're... Jesus.
Off the bat, they have 3. They have this, the rye, and then the cask. So...
Cask is going to put hair on your chest, man. I'm telling you right now.
Well, it's 117.
That's what I'm saying.
Ain't nothing the boys can't handle.
If it's as smooth as this, I'm going to be hammered. Just saying.
Probably.
Because you don't know you're drinking whiskey with this.
No.
So with the alcohol percentage with this, with a higher alcohol percentage, like higher than an 80, you expect to get that zing on your tongue, like the alcohol feeling on your tongue. This hits you quick and then goes away as soon as it hits. So it's like, hey, we're whiskey, just kidding, drink as much as possible. That's how I'm getting this whiskey.
It's like, why would you move to Texas? There's scorpions there. And then you realize how great the state of Texas is, and you said, I want to move to Texas. That's what this is.
Yeah. Very true, very true. All right, well, that was the review of Devil's River Bourbon Whiskey. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel because there's going to be more Devil's River product in the future, as well as an interview with the regional rep who handles Devil's River. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely go pick up a bottle because this is delicious and you're going to love it and you're going to drink the whole bottle in one sitting. Just kidding. We do not allow you, or we will not allow you to drink the whole bottle.
I'm going to look up their map. I'm 98% certain they're in California. So let me check.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pleased. Very pleased.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not? It's incredible.
All right, so that was it. What else, Mike? What else you got going on? What do you got going on this week since we're not going to see each other for like 2 weeks now?
What do you mean?
We record.
We're just going to keep recording, bro.
That's true. So we're going to start trying to backlog some stuff for our podcast.
Absolutely.
I was stressing myself because we record normally on Mondays, and then we upload the first clip of the episode on Wednesday. So I literally had like a day and a half to edit, and I still have a real job. So, not saying this isn't a real job yet, but it was quite a bit of work to edit within that 2 nights. So what we're going to do now is record, and today we're recording Monday, June 8th, and the first clip of this will be releasing on June 17th. So it's giving us a little bit more time to edit, and also once we start getting back into the thick of things with interviews coming out, it'll give us more time to edit the interviews as well, to be able to provide you a consistent upload schedule with not only our clip, but also the interview following. So very excited for that.
Truth.
But we are probably going to try to stay away from current events as much as possible. One, because nobody wants to hear about current events anymore. People are COVIDed out and they're protested out. Nobody wants to hear about what's going on. You and I don't want to hear about what's going on. I've deactivated all my news sites so I don't hear about what's going on because I'm just sick of it. So we're going to try to stay away from current events a little bit. Once the Bills start coming back on, we'll probably start talking about football again.
Which, speaking of the, most of the staff has returned to the training site. Yeah, so McD walked into the office. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Stoked.
So as soon as Bills start coming back, we'll probably have some discussion points, but we won't really recap the games. Just more discussion points on where the team's headed and what we want to see.
Yeah.
But with this delayed upload schedule now to leave us some time to editing, we're going to try to stay away from current events as much as possible just because in a week and a half they're not going to be relevant anymore. So
100%.
Just to give you guys an idea of where we're going with this. And also, too, once we get to fully interviews, we don't need to be on a weekly schedule because the interviews are just going to come out when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
So just to give everybody an idea of what's going to happen going forward.
To wrap up the Devil's River Reach, they're in California, Nevada, Texas, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Colorado, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. My boys in South Carolina, go pick up a bottle. Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, New York, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. So
pretty far reach. 27 states you said now?
25 right
25.
now. As of 25 states right now. At least that's what their website said. If this is old, then cheers because you guys are absolutely killing it, but there's a lot of people that can pick up this bottle for $30-$35, whichever it was. Either way, it was less than 40, and it is incredible for that price point.
One thing I want to touch on again, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but there goes PETA again. See you later. But the only other thing I want to highlight on this is good for your introductory bourbon people that want to start drinking bourbon.
Good point.
It's not a super heavy or super overpowering bourbon, but it's also good for your whiskey enthusiasts because it has that well-rounded taste to it.
Yeah, they can appreciate it.
This sits right in the middle, and for them to sell it for this price, I would buy this for $50.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cool. Okay. Well, there you have it. There is basically the Devil's River review and our discussion for today. Anything else you want to add, kiddo?
How much time we at?
We're at 49 minutes, so we're right on the dot.
All right, self-endorse. Look, here's the thing.
Send it.
We appreciate all support. However, we are going to keep doing this regardless of what happens. So stick around and enjoy the show and enjoy the ride. Love y'all. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We barely use Twitter just because it is nothing but politics and people's random opinions with no filters. But we're there. We are on every major podcast platform that you can think of, including YouTube. So smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for alerts so you know when we posted something. We are going to start doing introductions soon. Interviews. I got a little teaser in my glass. That's it. All right.
Just to remind you how good it is.
I got that Whiskey Fest pour. That's what that was. And then follow us, show us love. We got merchandise coming out soon. It's all going to Open Arms Rescue, which I'm stoked for. So thank you for everything. And then we will see you next week for another wonderful review and research into another distillery.
What is this, episode 38?
Yeah.
It's episode 38, Mike.
Derek, we will be back next week because we just got to keep the train rolling.
Oh, yeah. We're out.